Hey there, welcome to week 4 of the Active Body and Mind program. This week we're going to be discussing how you can eat chocolate and drink red wine and still get that sexy bod that you desire. So by now I know that you've already been doing a lot of really fantastic work in terms of both your exercise and looking at the eating habits that have created the metabolism that you've got today. What we're going to be exploring today is how you can get even greater results by looking at what are the habits that you've had perhaps going back since your childhood and how you can easily make changes to those habits today to assist you to keep taking action towards achieving your goals. So one of the key things that I've been really emphasizing throughout the discussions we've had so far is the importance of enjoying what it is you're doing, of seeing the pleasure that you're getting out of all of the actions that you're taking. And if you've been spending time with me in the gym, I've been reinforcing this when you've been exercising, thinking about how it is you can be enjoying each weight as you're actually lifting it, putting a smile on your face and enjoying the process. Today we're going to be exploring how you can be doing this through what you're eating as well and the new habits that you're creating for your lifestyle. So by now, some of the people around you, perhaps your friends and your family, have probably noticed that you've been making some changes. And perhaps you've even taken the time to share with them what it is you're doing and why. What I'm wondering is, what is the reaction that you've been getting? Perhaps some of these people have been thinking about the diet that you're going on, or the things that you're holding back from. And perhaps this is just because of the beliefs that they've held in the past about what is required when it comes to losing weight and changing your body shape. Of course, what you're learning through this program is that many of those beliefs that you held in the past are in fact not the beliefs that are going to assist you to achieve the body that you desire. That the concepts of starving yourself and exercising more are in fact what may have slowed your metabolism down. So some of the benefits of learning how you can eat and exercise in a way that's going to work for you, not just today but for your future, is that you're actually creating a lifestyle for yourself, a lifestyle that you're going to enjoy more and more each day. Not only that, you're also teaching your children what it is to be able to enjoy the whole range of foods that are available for us and to see how it is that these foods may work better for us at different times. And to have a greater appreciation of what it is that your body requires to be working at its optimal peak. And we're going to be doing this by looking at and learning from how it is that some of the healthiest countries in the world eat and what is the result in terms of their overall health outcomes. Because in Australia today, the statistics are not fantastic when it comes to lifestyle diseases or to overweight and obesity. In Australia, 3 out of every 5 people is obese or overweight. And we have one of the worst statistics when it comes to lifestyle diseases. The staggering fact is that when you look at diseases such as type 2 diabetes, over 60% of the cases we have in Australia today are preventable. And the main way in which they're preventable is through exercise and through changing the way in which we eat. So when you look at the traditional Australian diet, you may notice that there's a high quantity of what we're calling high energy carbohydrates through this program. We eat vast amounts of bread, of pasta, of rice, of cereal. Now, each of these foods has their role, yet the way in which we've eaten these foods leading up until today is part of which has led to a metabolism which is resistant and which is slowing you down. So by looking to how it is that some of the healthiest countries in the world eat that may differ to the way we eat in Australia is going to assist us to start shifting our beliefs of what we thought was right in Australia. The foods we thought we had to eat for breakfast because it's what we've always done. So what you may notice is that some of the ways in which you eat are because of the beliefs that you developed way back in your childhood. So most of us carry beliefs today which we first formed between the ages of 0 to 7. And very few stop to take the time to actually consider what these beliefs are as adults and to make a decision whether these are the beliefs that are serving and supporting them to achieve their goals. Today, what I'm asking you to do is to have a look at your beliefs and to think about which of the beliefs around food and around eating in a way that's working for you and boosting your metabolism, how these beliefs are working for you, or whether it's time to reconsider those beliefs and perhaps learn from those that have achieved greater health outcomes than we have in Australia today. So when you look at countries like Japan, who has one of the lowest health statistics when it comes to lifestyle diseases and one of the highest life expectancies, there are some significant differences you'll notice in terms of the way in which they eat. One of the great beliefs that they hold in Japan is that you only eat until you're 80% full. They eat smaller meals more frequently. And what you'll notice in these meals in Japan and many of the other most healthy countries, such as Iceland, Sweden, and Okinawa, is that they really apply, perhaps without realizing it, the MP principles which you're learning throughout this program. So the MP principles of having high quality or first class protein in every meal, of ensuring that there's an abundance of plant food within the diet, and in particular fruits and vegetables. And finally, foods that are rich in omega-3. Now, many of these countries that have the healthiest health statistics have a naturally high amount of omega-3 in their diets. Compare this to Australia or the Western traditional diet, where we have a low level of omega-3, which, as you've learned, is one of the essential fatty acids of which our body cannot produce. And we have a high quantity of omega-6, which is also an essential fatty acid, yet has the opposite effect to what we're desiring through omega-3, and in many ways actually negates the omega-3 we're getting. And this is what's referred to as the omega-3 to 6 ratio. So what we're aiming to do through applying the MP principles is to boost our omega-3, to reverse the deficiency that so many of us have. The deficiency which is playing a key role when it comes to chronic inflammation and onset of lifestyle diseases. And of course is also preventing you from metabolizing your fat at its optimal level. So boosting your omega-3 is a really key step in applying the MP principles. So what I'm going to encourage you to do this week is to have a look at chapter 3 in your manual and to see what some of the examples are as to how it is that people in the healthiest countries in the world eat. Notice the differences when it comes to breakfast, which is one of the key meals that perhaps for you may change throughout the next 3 to 12 weeks. The breakfast that you may have eaten in the past, the traditional Western breakfast, is extremely high in high energy carbohydrates. And often we're eating breakfast before we've done anything, before we've exercised for the day. So a shift that I really want you to think about is how you're going to increase your protein, increase your low energy carbohydrates at breakfast time, and of course include your omega-3 source. And you can do this by looking at what it is they eat in the healthiest countries in the world. So of course a key option is to include eggs when you eat breakfast. Yet don't limit yourself to eggs. I want you to come up with as many options as you can so that you can see the variety and the way in which you can ensure you're applying the MP principles for that first and most important meal of the day, breakfast. So one of the ways that you can really apply from the lessons and the learnings of the healthiest countries in the world is by taking the time each week and every day to plan your meals. To plan your meals in a way that fits within you and your lifestyle. Because I could sit here and tell you what to eat and when to eat and how to eat, yet if it doesn't work for you and if it doesn't apply in your lifestyle, then how are you going to maintain that? So what you're going to be learning today and throughout this program are the principles of how to eat and exercise in a way that is going to keep boosting your metabolism so that you can see how you can apply this in any environment, at any time, anywhere. So let's have a look now at what the key action is for this week. And what I would like you to do this week is to develop your first weekly meal plan. Now this is going to be really essential in terms of you cementing the lessons you've learned so far and seeing how it works for you on a day-to-day basis. So the first step in constructing your first meal is to plan your exercise first. So by now you're probably already getting a good idea as to when it works for you in terms of exercising throughout your day and throughout your week. So I want you to start each week by identifying the times in which you're going to be exercising. Importantly, identifying between your intense exercise, that is your resistance, your fire workouts, your ice workouts, and your low intense activity. So identifying when and what you're going to be exercising throughout the week, including the times of the day. And then I want you to identify around your exercise your metabolic window. Now your metabolic window is that window of opportunity where it is going to be really key to ensure you're getting the essential nutrients your body needs to maximize the results from your workout. So the key ingredients, ensuring you've got those high energy carbohydrates along with your low energy carbohydrates, as well as protein and omega-3. So your metabolic window begins 15 minutes before exercise and lasts for 3 hours. In this window, your aim is to achieve 2 meals in this time frame. So this is going to take a little bit of practice and a lot of reminding yourself by taking the time to plan each week, record your meals and record the times to keep it fresh in your mind as to what action you're taking in this metabolic window. And the third step, to assign supplementation. So by now, I trust you've started to get a greater appreciation of the benefits of including whey protein in not just your meals, but also in your pre and post exercise preparation and recovery. Including whey protein in your pre and post is really going to maximize the results you get from your exercise. And some of the benefits that my clients have shared with me extend beyond what they can see within to what's happening without. So what they're noticing is that often they don't get as sore, they're feeling like they have more energy, and they're ready to go again by the next workout. So assigning your pre and your post, keeping in mind that these are not meals, these are your supplements. And then the fourth step, to identify the times for every meal. So once you're clear on when it is you're exercising, you've identified your metabolic window, you can now go about identifying what are going to be the times throughout the day that you're aiming to have each meal. Aiming for 6 meals, yet identifying wherever you're at right now. So in those 6 meals, what you're aiming for is to be eating every 3 to 4 hours, yet there's no limit on this. So if you notice that you're hungry after 2 hours, then perhaps you need to increase the frequency of your meals or consider the portion sizes. And then to plan your meals in the window. So what is it you're actually going to be eating? Take the time to get familiar with the recipes in your Cook Bible. These recipes are specially designed for you and your goals. They are fast, they are delicious, and they're nutritious. And for me, my Cook Bible it's there with me all the time. I use the Bible and I keep introducing new recipes to increase the variety in the meals that I'm having throughout the week. And you'll notice that these meals aren't just good for you, they're good for your whole family. So I'd encourage you wherever possible to plan your meals in a way that you can be eating them as well as your family. And then to plan your meals out of the window. So of course your meals in the window were including that important key ingredient, high energy carbohydrates. And remembering that the high energy carbohydrates are foods that we do still need to be eating. Many of you who may have been in diets in the past may have excluded many of these foods from your overall eating plan. Yet what I'm encouraging you to do is to include these within your metabolic window, because this is really going to promote your recovery and ensure that you're restoring your glycogen stores. If you don't, then you're sabotaging your results. And as I was getting to, the 6th key step, to plan your meals out of the window. So ensuring you meet those MP principles, including the low energy plant foods, your protein, your omega-3 out of the window. And the final step, to apply these principles across all the meals that you're eating. So have a look at each of the meals you plan and ask yourself, have I addressed each of the MP principles? Now there are some really great examples included in the MP Tools folder, both on the MP site as well as within your Dropbox. So I'd encourage you to have a look at these tools, to get familiar with how it is that other people have done it, to look at some examples, and then to have a go at how this would work for you. From this, you'll also be able to come up with your shopping list. And I'd encourage you to take a list with you every time you shop, as part of you creating the new habits to support your lifestyle and making it easier for you to be able to produce the meals you want when you want them. So those are the steps for you to go forth this week and to plan your first weekly meal. And I'd really encourage you to take the time and to notice how you investing the time up front to plan is saving you time in the long run. So once you've completed your weekly plan, make sure you save it in your client file so I can have a look and give you some feedback. And of course, if you've got any questions or you'd like to share, feel free to post on Facebook or to send me an email. This has been Rachel Van Oosten. This is week 4 of the Active Body and Mind program. Bye for now.